On the album, you call the song Jerry Ambler cowboy rap. Why do you think cowboy poetry strikes such a chord with people?
Well, I think cowboy poetry is in kind of state of flux right now. There's some very good stuff being written, and they're stretching out, you know. I mean, for a long time at Elko, which is still the granddaddy of them all, Elko is the number one, and that's the class of the field. And, you know, for a long time it was very traditionally oriented there, and, you know, in the blood on the saddle, Little Joe the Wrangler vein, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that, but... you know, an art form has to go somewhere, and they started pushing the envelope with the poetry, and the main envelope pusher is a guy by the name of Paul Zarziski, who lives out of Great Falls, Montana, and he's an ex-rodeo guy, and he started writing free verse, and his verse was. You know, he had a lot of difficulty getting people to listen to that because the people, you know, they want to hear that rhyme every second line kind of thing, and it was, you know, they were very traditionally bound to the old stuff. But he persisted and labored along and has written some great poems, and now he is finding acceptance, you know, and he's. You know, he's performed in Washington D.C. at presidential things and so on. So anyway, he wrote this. You know, the poem is pretty much self-explanatory, and when I say it's rap, I'm saying that with my tongue firmly in my cheek, I think. But it's a lot of fun to perform, and it goes over great because. It's such a tremendous change of pace, you know, rhythmically, and it's a big change of pace. So it's, you know, we do it in the concerts. It's going over real good. So it was pretty new when we recorded it, and there's some mistakes, but which you can hear. But as I say, you know, the spark is there, you know, and I think the adrenaline spark, can kind of make up for some of the errors, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's a great new song for you. Someday Soon is such a great song, and I know you don't put it on very many of your albums, like your All the Good'uns album didn't have it on it, and others. No,
I hadn't recorded it in 30 years.
Yeah. Well, what made you decide to finally record it and put it on this one?
Well, I thought it would really fit with a live album. I thought, gee, if I can get a nice, if we can get a nice, fresh take on it, you know, and so we changed the key a half tone and did a little tinkering with it, and you know, I did kind of the Susie Bogus version, and Susie's version owes a great debt to the original Judy Collins version, and I kind of did their arrangement on it, and as I said, changed the key, and we got a real nice take, and people, you know, people really kind of want to hear what my version of it is, you know, because it's such a standard. It's been recorded by so many people, and it's been so good to me for so many years.
I know you tell your story of the Smuggler's Cove on the Live at Longview album. I was wondering if you could relate that a little more.
Well, when my sister and I were little kids, that's a long time ago, and Smuggler's Cove was a gorgeous place. It was there were no housing projects around it or anything like that. It was truly you know, the environment on that piece of coastline was pretty well idyllic, you know, and my dad. My sister says that she remembers my dad doing that with the cheap jewelry from Woolworths. She agrees with me, but she said it wasn't there; it was another place. So we've kind of had fun arguing about if it was at Smuggler's Cove. But it's probably, the story, like a lot of my stories, it's probably a combination of several stories, But it happened pretty much like that. Maybe not at Smuggler's Cove, but someplace on the coast there. And it's just I really did. It is a dream song because I really did have that dream flashback thing, And the last half of the song is really about the coming over the front face, the front range, on Willow Creek, where you can see I don't know if you've ever been up there on the Forestry Road, but you can see really to the Earth's curvature, actually, looking east, and you can imagine how the buffalo must have looked down there, just thousands and thousands of buffalo. It must have been incredible. I'd have given anything to have seen that, but so it's kind of like a John Clymer painting, inspired by the John Clymer paintings and the Charlie Russell type paintings of the Blackfeet meeting the whiskey traders, that sort of thing.
It sounds like a wonderful place, yeah. Now your song "Bob Fudge," that's a true story about a real cowboy.
Absolutely, yeah.
Did you grow up watching him, or where did you find this Bob Fudge?
Bob Fudge was in the form of a book, which was left for me. I never in a brown paper bag. It was left on my amplifier in a dance hall one night in Alberta, and I never found out by whom. And it was quite a while before I even looked at the book, several months. And when I finally checked it out, it was just the most amazing book, and a true story. And pretty much the way I wrote it is I actually used his lines. The way he narrated his life story in the book, and it's interesting. The whole thing, the book has taken on a whole life of its own because a book finder, a book scout, got in touch with me and said he'd been working on the internet and he traced the book, and they found this old couple down in Montana that have kept the book alive all these years and have been printing private copies, and it's amazing. It's taken on this whole life. I've had emails. I shouldn't say emails because I don't use email, but I've had faxes and calls, and it's really kind of fun because people are saying I've got a copy, and I've been looking for a copy for 20 years, and if you go to if any of your listeners go to my website, which is just iantyson.com, we've posted all that information on Bob Fudge and the book, and I'd like to think that I'm going to bring him back to the respect and the fame that he should have had, because he was a great cowboy. He's one of the greatest, and he'd been kind of forgotten, and so we'll see. But if you check out my website, it's all the information's there, so it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I've been there. It's a very, very good website, and I encourage anyone to check it out. www.iantyson.com.